Well, the hits just keep on coming here at Radio Row. Tony Richardson, T-Rich, number 49 for the Kansas City Chiefs, but number 1 in our hearts. And what a time it was. Tony, I believe I was actually at you scored your first touchdown against the Houston Oilers in 1994, and I was there.
Well, it's funny you remember that because I don't remember that. So that's the life of a fullback. But no, I'm so good to be on with you guys. And yeah, I remember it was a while ago. Yeah, I remember with Marcus Allen and a few others. And I know Nick Lowry, my buddy. I know he's probably floating around here, he's probably a politician.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Tony, before we got into the sports media biz, we were both teachers, special education teachers, and you're here on behalf of the Special Olympics. Tell us a little bit more about what you're doing.
We're so excited. So obviously, I think you guys, I don't know if you remember, I used to host the punt, pass, and kicker Special Olympics in Kansas City, and it was always something that was near and dear to my heart. And so now to be able to team back up with Special Olympics, and obviously we're so excited that the World Games are back. You know what? We're going to Berlin. I was actually born in Germany, so I'm excited about that. And so, it should just, and I'm always a firm believer and not saying disabilities, and let's celebrate abilities. I think how the game or the game of sport changed my life. I think these young athletes or these adult athletes, men and women, should have an opportunity to compete, and the World Games will give them an opportunity.
How did you get involved with this? I mean, this is Special Olympics as a whole has grown so much over the years, so much support, and it's wonderful to see these athletes being supported the way they are. And, I mean, I've seen some athletes that are, I don't even have words for it. You talk about some of the things they can do, but I would have no chance of beating someone in a 40-yard dash or a 3-turn. How did you get involved with this great situation?
Yeah, I always look at, especially being, a person who's born outside of the United States, of just like what it felt like of not being included in certain things. Like when I came from Germany to Alabama, like I'm a kid, I had an afro, I'm speaking German, I'm listening to AC/DC, Metallica, and they're like, you're my
kind of guy.
Like, you're not from around here, so I know how that felt, and so I'm all about inclusion, and that's one thing I think Special Olympics does a tremendous, job. I shouldn't even say job, but really, their mission. And so that was the biggest thing, and I got my buddy JR Sports, he works for CBS, and so he was telling me about, becoming an ambassador for Special Olympics, and I told him about my love for Special Olympics, and I do work with Best Buddies International, different things like that, and so, he was like, man, I didn't know that was something that you're really passionate about, and I'm like, I'm about inclusion every day of the week because I understand what it feels like to get judged for the color of your skin or the type of music you listen to or the language you speak and all those things, and so to be able to just partner up and just be able to use my voice and use my platform has just been tremendous.
You use that word inclusion. I love that because that's big in special education, inclusion in all the classrooms and the specials out at recess, just making friends at the lunch table. And with Special Olympics as well, it's all about inclusion. How have you seen this grow just with your time being a part of it?
Yeah, it's definitely grown. Like you said, the fact that the World Games are back, 190 countries, over 7,000 athletes. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So, I think it's the biggest thing is, and the more you get the message out, and I really appreciate you guys having me on today because I can't think of one person when they hear the mission or hear what's going on that they wouldn't want to get involved. And so if you want to get involved, it's specialolympics.org, and just, if you're in Berlin, you should definitely come out. If you're in the United States and you want to take a trip to Berlin, Germany is my roots. I'll be able to give you some brochen and some bratwurst and some currywurst, all that fun stuff. And by then I'll probably be fluent again in Germany, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, no time like the present, Tony. You actually would be a great advocate here. The Chiefs will play. I think next year it's going to be in Munich. I don't think they've said specifically, but it's going to be Munich, and the Chiefs are going to be out there. The Chiefs are in their third Super Bowl in 4 years. Former Chief, he played in different eras. Drafted by Marty Schottenheimer, played through guys like Gunther Cunningham, Dick Vermeil, became a featured back, became a part of one of the best offenses in NFL history in 2003. Kansas City Chiefs with Priest Holmes, Dante Hall, that great line. So what was your journey like as a Kansas City Chief and accomplishing what you did? Didn't quite get to the big one, but some really big special moments for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, obviously being a part of the Chiefs family or Chiefs kingdom has really changed my life. I think about the days of being an undrafted rookie on practice squad from the Dallas Cowboys, and then coming to Kansas City and having guys like Marcus Allen and Derek Thomas and God rest his soul, and like Neil Smith and Dan Sallimore, Grunhard. These guys like Will Shields. The list goes on and on of young veteran players just taking me under the wing. and just kind of, teaching me how to be a professional. And so everything, my whole entire life, it's changed because of the Chiefs Kingdom, and obviously we miss Mr. Hunt Lamar, and wish he would be able to see these celebrations. But I still talk to Clark. I still keep up with the Chiefs. I'm obviously living in New York, but I'm still a Chief at heart. So it's great. And the thing about it, it's amazing what a quarterback will allow you to do. I mean, if you think about 3 Super Bowls in 4 years is nothing less than amazing. And so the Chief Kingdom is excited to have Patrick Mahomes because now you have a pillar that's in the community, and he will start his career there. Now I know for a fact he will finish his career there. And
thank goodness.
I can imagine.
You're right.
Could you imagine him going anywhere else? I think no.
So let's trade him to the Raiders. I don't know.
Are you trying to start a fight?
No.
But no, it's it's amazing because and the way he structured his contract to say, okay, I'll take a 10-year deal. Like most guys wouldn't do that. They want all the money up front, just so they can keep this team together, and not only keep the team together, but be able to pay some of these guys and be able to spread the wealth. And then you get it, you bring Andy Reid, and the rest is history. So I'm happy for the teams. I'm happy for the city, and hopefully we get a Patrick Mahomes MVP, which will determine that the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
Absolutely, and I've been making the rounds here on Radio Row asking people this question, and not to disrespect Andy Reid, but Marty Schottenheimer never had a Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he ever even had a Donovan McNabb. And I want to ask you, do you think he's deserving of the Hall of Fame? People talk, we've asked Jimmy Johnson, Brian Billick, they say the lack of playoff success, not making a Super Bowl is going to hurt him, but I think he turned around 3 teams in the Browns, Chiefs, and Chargers, and he's deserving.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's something, like you said, that, it's something that's on his resume, but it doesn't define who Marty, Schottenheimer is. You look at what Marty and Carl Peterson were able to do in their time together in Kansas City. I don't think the Chiefs would be the Chiefs if Marty Schottenheimer is not in the conversation. So I 1,000% will not say that. I know he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Tony, you're an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. You talked about being kind of seemingly an outsider because you listen to AC/DC in Alabama. Talk about your time there at Auburn, though. What a great school. I've been to games there, and just like the shadow of a Bo Jackson, now a Cam Newton, some of the great players, national championship teams, and just what it was like playing in that stadium, in that environment. It's one of the most special places I've ever been, and hopefully you echo that same sentiment because it was.
Yeah, 1,000%. Sorry to cut you off. I just came back. I was a captain for the Senior Bowl, and so Mike Rucker, because we worked for the NFL Legends, and Mike Rucker was the captain for the national team, and I was the captain for the American team. But just to kind of get back and to be around my Auburn guys, I saw, Willie Anderson. Unfortunately, made here the call on the Hall of Fame today. Was able to. Yeah, he saw.
Let's see. Let me check. Let me see.
Yeah, he saw how it just slipped out.
Any updates?
He should. There's an update. But it's great that to still get back and to still see the success that we hopefully can get back to. But now we're not only competing with Alabama in the SEC. Now we got to deal with Georgia. Georgia.
Right.
Those kids. Like I looked at that national championship game. I think at one time there was blood coming out of some of the defensive linemen out of their eyelids. So it was Auburn. Obviously, changed my life from a perspective of giving me an opportunity. A young kid out of Daleville, Alabama. We had 2 traffic lights.
Wow.
Maybe 120 kids in my graduating class, and then going to Auburn, and then obviously from the Cowboys to the Chiefs. And so, Auburn is near and dear to my heart. Funny enough, I was just sharing. I was telling Sean Alexander, if you guys get a chance to interview him, he's actually they are due for their 13th child, and he was in. They won 14, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he lives on a farm. All the kids are homeschooled. He said they got 2 SUVs and a 14-passenger bus. I'm like, I know when that bus shows up, they're like, it's the Alexander family again. But I'm like, dude, I told him, I said, listen, I don't worry. The only thing I have red is a USA soccer hat. Outside of that, I'm not wearing anything red. I don't wear anything red or crimson. That's my hatred. I shouldn't use the word hate because I'm all about inclusion.
Right.
Other than Alabama.
Well, Takeo Spikes is over there. They can agree with you. So.
Me and Takeo, actually, we share the same birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, December 17th.
That's amazing, Tony. Thank you so much for joining us and for all that you do for Special Olympics. You can search for the Special Olympics at Special Olympics on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and see how you can get involved. It's great to have you. And no matter what, you went to the Jets, you did some other things, but you're still a Kansas City Chief. Now and forever, my friend.
Definitely. As long as I never take my name off the stage, that'll be good.
Never doing it.